Hey guys, so today we are going to do chapter 1 from your book 3, okay, which is index laws, okay. So as you all learned last year, okay, this is a number, this is a base number, and this is an index number. The number at the top is an index number. So for example, 5 square is 5 times 5. 5 cube is 5 times 5 times 5. 5 to the power of 5 will be 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 and so on. Okay? So these are index numbers, the powered numbers, the small numbers at the top of the base numbers. Okay? So now there is something called index law. Okay? So when I have a number, okay, with a power, and then times with the same number, so the base number is the same, but now the power number is different. What I do is I keep this base number the same. Okay, I keep this as the same, and what I do to this is I add up the m and I add up the n. Okay, so for example, let's say I have 5 squared times 5 cubed. Okay, now I can always write 5 times 5 times with another 5 times 5 times 5 because it's 5 cubed. But if I'm going to have like 20 and 50 here, I can't be doing this because it will take forever. So there's a simple way to do it. But remember, both the big numbers, the base numbers have to be the same. Then only this rule applies. 5 and 5. Okay, what I do is I keep the big number 5. The 2 and 3, I add them. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So this addition happens when it is a times. Okay. What if it is a divide? If it's a divide, instead of plus, I minus. So for example, both are same, right? 6, 6, so the law works. If they are not the same, cannot, huh? Then divide will be minus. Okay, so when it's divide, then I minus the numbers at the top. So it will be 6 to the power of 10 minus 3, 7. I just leave it like that. No need to try and 6 times 6 times 6 times, okay, no need. So when it is divide, you minus, and the base numbers must be the same. Okay? Now, what if the question is like this? It's like fraction like that. Now remember, if it's a fraction, means it also means divide. This is another way of writing 12 to the power of 7 divide 12 to the power of 5. And then because it's divide and both the numbers are same, what do? It falls back to this one. So it will be divide, so it will be 7 minus 5. So 12 to the power of 2. Because it's divide, so I minus. And both the numbers are 12 and 12. Okay? So that's this one, third one. So first one is times becomes plus, the small numbers we add them up. When it's divide, it is a minus. This number, the big base number stays the same. Okay, so I have first, second, third law. Let's look at the fourth law. Okay, the fourth law, any number, so it can be 10, it can be 100, it can be 1000 also. Any number to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Even if it's a fraction, it's 1. Even if it's a decimal, any number to the power of 0, the answer is 1. That's it. And the last one is when the index number, when the small number at the top is a negative. What happens? You change it to, see it's a negative, right? You change it to 1 over the base number here. This negative becomes a positive because you want to deal with positive index numbers. So to change this negative index number to become a positive, I bring it to the bottom of a fraction, and above is always 1. So if it's, let's say, 65 to the power of negative 3. So I switch it, bring it under a fraction, the negative becomes a positive, and at the top is always 1. Don't simply write 5, 7, no, it's always 1. Let's say 157 to the power of negative 31. I want to change this to a positive. Put it at the bottom, copy exactly, the negative becomes a positive, put a 1 at the top. So these are the 5 main index laws that we're looking at in this chapter. Okay, and this is very important when you want to do calculations and all. This is the first step, and then only you can do the next few calculations. Okay, so now let's say I have something like this. Teacher, what is this? Don't worry. Times, right? You start with the numbers first. You multiply the numbers like normal. 6 times 3, 18. Now, M5 and M7. Both also M, and this is a times. So when both is M and this is a times, you keep the M and you add up the index number, 5 and 7. So it becomes 18 and 12. So you multiply the numbers first, and then the M stays because both also M, and then you follow the index laws that we just looked at. 5 plus 7 is 12. So this is where we simplify. This is called simplifying. Okay, we try one with divide. Let's say I have 27p5 divided by 3p1. 2. Divide the numbers first. 27 divide 3. Okay, 27 divide 3 is 9. And then p. So you can follow this index, divide. When it's divide, I minus the small numbers, 5 minus 2. So it becomes 9p3. And that's your final answer. Okay, so that is all for this week. I'll see you all next week again. Bye!